students and teachers alike. Now, I know I might be recording in my bathroom, but that doesn't matter. All that matters is that today you're here to learn about forms of energy. I'm going to show you 7 forms of energy today, students. And our first one is thermal energy. Now, I'm not going to turn on this lighter because that is dangerous. And kids, you should not turn on this lighter either, or any lighter, at any place. Because if you do, it produces fire, thermal energy, but very dangerous energy as well. What I'm trying to say is this is thermal energy, but it also produces light energy, like this. You're probably watching this on a device right now, or your teacher is showing you this on an electric board. Now that produces light. And the device that you're watching this on probably runs on electricity. Now, this is a good example because the device you're watching this right now on is running on electrical energy, which comes from electricity, which you probably use more than you think you do. For example, if you're doing online homework, you're using electrical energy by using a device. If you are, let's say, going into a room, you probably want to turn on the lights, right? And if you're turning on the lights, then that's using electrical energy because your lights probably run on electrical energy, or they run on solar energy, which comes from the sun. A good example of this would be going outside. Now, this electrical energy probably contains a bunch of chemicals that are also being released. And that brings us to chemical energy. Now, chemical energy is basically chemicals. If you've ever seen the periodic table, then you know that there's a lot of chemicals, and in fact, you're breathing chemicals right now. Oxygen, it's a chemical. Oranges contain a lot of chemicals. Have you ever thought about the juice and the sourness that comes into your mouth? Yeah, those are chemicals reacting with your taste buds. Now, that brings us to our next form of energy. When you put a Coke into Mentos using chemical energy, it probably creates a fizz. A fizz that might sound like this. And that is sound, which is sound energy. Now, a good example of this would be an instrument, or I'm using sound energy right now. I'm talking. You're probably using sound energy right now by talking to your friend in school, which, listen to this video, maybe. I don't know. But you're probably using sound energy right now, and I'm using sound energy. And this recorder is also using sound energy. Now, some instruments contain moving parts, like a guitar. The strings. Those strings can sometimes be made out of rubber. Which brings us to our next form of energy. Elastic energy. Now, this is created when you stretch a rubber band, or pull a string, or stuff like that. The reason this is its own energy is because it doesn't really fit into any other energy categories. Now, elastic energy is really easy to create. You can just bend a rubber band, or your vocal cords are using elastic energy right now because they're moving and bending, and they're producing sound energy too. But yeah, rubber bands or strings use elastic energy when they move around because it's bending. And you know what else is moving around? You. You are probably moving. Breathing makes you move your nose. And probably your body because you're going up and down because you're breathing in air, which takes space up in your body, so you move up. So you're probably using motion energy right now. And you know who else is using motion energy? Me! Because I'm moving around. And when you speak, your vocal cords also move around. Hence, when you talk, you're using motion and sound energy. Did you know that? Well, if you didn't, now you know. And you probably learned a thing or two watching this video about elastic energy or chemical energy, because most of you haven't learned that any time soon. But now that you have, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Now, I'll let your teacher take it from here.